Hi, so today I'm going to be doing a video about how to improve your aim in Call of Duty Vanguard and I guess Call of Duty in general and any FPS in general. So the first thing you want to do is you want to look at your settings. So here we have my sensitivity. I play on 5.5. It used to be 6.6, but I bumped it down to 5.5 because that's what I'm more comfortable with. I wouldn't go anywhere below 4. I'd say 4 to 7 or 8 is where you ideally want to be. It's personal preference, and it just takes time to play with it. So if you do want to be lower or higher than that, then that's fine. But I'd say 4 to 7 is the sweet spot for probably the best accuracy that you could get. And so I keep these all on 1. If you have a higher sensitivity, then you can turn this down to maybe 0.9. And what that does is when you zoom in, it'll be a little bit slower. So here's my button layout. I'll play default flipped because I claw, so I shoot with the bumpers. So leave this stuff on standard, it doesn't really matter. Then here we have the aim response curve dynamic. So it'll start on standard, which is what Call of Duty has always been. And that means when you move the stick to the left or right, it'll start out slow and slowly get faster and faster till you reach the edge of the stick where it'll be at its fastest. But with dynamic, it starts out a little faster than standard would, but then when you get to the middle of the stick, it'll slow down, and then towards the end of the stick, it will speed up again. And it sounds kind of weird, but it'll make flicking easier, because if you move to the side really fast, you'll move fast initially, and then when you get to the middle, it'll slow down, and you'll be able to lock on the target easier. Controller vibration, turn this off. It will mess up your aim. And then trigger effect, turn this off as well. Weapon fire threshold off. You want this on instant. Don't have it on gradual or after zoom. You want it on instant. Leave this leave this at 1. And I'd say leave this default. Okay, here we go. So the dead zones. So I have my trigger dead zones on 0. And the left stick dead zone, this is the minimum. So I have this on 0. You could put this anywhere between like 0 and 5. And the right stick dead zone, I'd say maybe between like 3 and 6 or 7. If you have stick drift, you can increase it, but if you're getting above 10, then I'd just get a new controller because anything above 10 will start to hurt your aim. And leave these on 99. So we'll go to gameplay. Here, I use Black Ops aim assist now, and it's personal preference, but for like the best aim, use either Black Ops or default. So aim assist on, mounting, it doesn't really matter. So here, this setting, partial off, that will help with slides. And nothing else here in these settings really has anything to do with aim. And you want camera movement to 50% and both the motion blurs off. And then you want fidelity FX cast on-demand texture streaming off. So now I'm going to get into the actual tips of aiming, how to improve, and what stuff you can do to get better at it. So one of the most important things is just practice. You have to play the game to actually get good at it and get familiar. So what I'm doing when I'm warming up to play in like a competitive match, ranked play, or even just like before I just play some pubs and try to get like nukes or something, is I'll go into a free-for-all on any map. I'm just doing shipment just because it's really small, just for the video. So I put scavenger on to shoot bots, but in an actual game you probably wouldn't need it. But so here I'm going to show you. So you have to run around and just kill bots, you know, get your aim, practice your aim here. And this is also a good time to practice your advanced movement like that, you know, your bunny hops, your jumps, your slide cancels, so you get some jumps there. Slide. So yeah, you just want to run around, shoot some bots, Try to get as many kills as you can, you know, as fast as possible. You can work on being very accurate. You know, if you want to take your time, you want to kill them in the least amount of bullets possible, like that. Like that. But then you can, once you've got that down, you can start playing fast, start running around the map. Playing like this. You know, maybe take some tough gunfights with people on head glitches or something. So now you've got that down, now that you're just, you know, getting some kills, you want to start focusing on certain things. So one of the #1 tips in Call of Duty and shooters in general is centering. So what that means is having your crosshairs in the middle of like where the enemies are going to be, in the middle of the screen. So don't run around like this, don't run around like this. And then see, you have to, if you run around like this, you have to put your aim down. See, I died there. You run around like this, oh, you see a guy, you have to move. Look how hard that was. You run around like this, didn't even have to move my aim at all. Look, I'm already on him. I don't have to move my right stick at all. See, I come around the corner and I'm already where the enemy could be. You know? Come around the corner. So that's centering. You can practice it in a bot lobby or just in a private match with no bots. You can walk around the map and try to get your centering down. So when you go like that, you want to be like there. You don't want to, and then turn. So let me show that again. So when you go in around a corner, you don't want to go like this, you know, and then turn. You want to smoothly move your aim around like that. So the next tip is to let your left stick do the work. And what I mean by that is don't stand still while you're shooting. Like this. Don't do that. When you're off target slightly, let your left stick move you onto it. So see, I didn't, there's way too many bots, but see, I'm barely moving my right stick. I'm not moving my right stick like at all to try to get onto them. I'm strafing with my left stick so that it's easier. And then, yeah, I am compensating with the right stick to what I'm doing with the left stick, but other than that, I'm not trying to track them around with my right stick. I'm moving the left stick to follow them. See, I move to the left. I strafe to the left because he's moving. I strafe to the right because he's moving to the right. See, strafe to the left there because he's moving to the left. And strafing will also give you rotational aim assist. And that will help you try to lock onto target more. When you're not strafing, you only get slowdown. And it's a bit harder, see? And you're also an easier target. See, he was a little harder to hit. I'm still hitting shots, but it's harder. I'm having to concentrate more when I'm not strafing. It also helps with the pistol a lot. You can just kind of follow their movement. See how I strafed like left and right? And when you notice you're slightly off target, you can just start strafing. So another tip here is recoil control. Jesus, don't watch. Oh. So, and what I mean by that is So pulling down on the right stick when you're shooting. So you want to pull down slightly. Wish there wasn't so many bots here. So, see here, this is me not controlling it. Look, so it's going up to the sky. You're not going to hit anyone like that. When you're controlling recoil, you're pulling down slightly. So, this is me controlling it, look. Like, it's barely moving. So when you're shooting, you always want to pull down slightly on the right stick. And this is something you can practice just in a bot lobby. You can even shoot walls like this. You can make it go straight like that, as opposed to it slowly climbing like this. And this works for every gun. See, I'm controlling it. It has a little horizontal recoil, so it's moving to the right, but you can basically negate all vertical recoil by just pulling down on the right stick slightly. See, look, it looks like I have no recoil because I'm just pulling down. And then to negate the horizontal recoil, I'm strafing into the enemy. Oh, that was bad. So you can try to put these all together. You can have good centering, running around the map like this. You know, like that. You can practice your recoil control against bots. Bot lobbies are very good for improving aim, and it's all about just repetition, getting in more gunfights, practicing even your movement and everything, because you might be able to shoot good when you're just walking like this, but see, it's easier shots, but when you're jumping all over the place, are you able to hit people? You're sliding like that. So going into a bot lobby is honestly the #1 thing I can say to help improve aim. And another big thing is just playing public matches, or matches in general, because these bots are just kind of target practice. They don't really have the best movement. See, they're not shooting back. They're almost like, just zombies that you can just farm down to get yourself comfortable with your sensitivity. But the real test of your aim and what's gonna take your aim to the next level is just playing against real people. So you have to get into a real game and just shoot against them. And also another thing is this is another centering thing, keeping the middle of your crosshairs where you're physically looking. So if you are say you're looking here, but you are here, so I'm looking here, but my crosshairs are here, that's not gonna work out, because if there's an enemy to the left where that guy just spawned, but my crosshairs are here for whatever reason, then that's not gonna work out. So if your eyes are focused somewhere on the screen, move your crosshairs there as well, so that when an enemy shows up, that you can shoot them. So you don't need to shoot too many bots. I'm at 183. I'll shoot a couple more, and then I'll go into botless lobby and just show a couple more things. So now that you're all warmed up, I'd say maybe 100 bots minimum, but I like to do a couple hundred, maybe even like 300 to 400 bots, just to make sure I'm really warmed up. But I don't want to bore you guys and shoot too many bots, so I'm gonna end it now. I got like about 200 bots in. So I'm gonna play like a map you'd probably play in competitive or whatever. Let me play Tuscan, and I'll just start it up, and I'll walk around the map and just show how you should be centered on everything. Alright, here we go. Okay, so if you're running off a break off, you know, so first thing you want to be centered here, centered to the door. If you have an AR and you're going field, you can look here, look at this head glitch. You can slide out here, you know, and try to stay down. You can look at this head glitch, at the head glitch over there, you know, you can play this. Try to look into you, see if there's anyone over here. And then moving up on the map, say you're an SMG and you're trying to be aggressive. You want to be looking here, looking at this head glitch, maybe stun it. You can jump at it like that, do a little bunny hop. So, you know, you want to be looking at where the enemies could be coming from. So you can look here. Say if they're still spawning back here. So you can look here, and you want to be like that. You don't want to, you know, if the enemies are coming from this area, and this goes for awareness as well. But if they're coming from this area, you want to be looking here. You don't want to like be like this or something, or like this. When you come around, they're going to be in this area. They're not going to be over here. And that's just something you can consciously work on until it's more muscle memory than anything. And you can come around here, frame that. You can go through roofs. And just keep your crosshairs centered. Here we go. You know, go to fire. Look at fire. Open this window. Oh. Through here. Check the bottom. If you're coming up the bottom, first of all, you want to check this corner right here. It goes with prediction, and you're centering perfectly on him. They'll probably be on this box here. If you do this, they're dead every time. Come up here. Make sure you're looking at this. Clear this side out so you know there's no one on the left here. Then you can bust through here. With a plat, slide here. There's no one there. You can look here. You can look into their spawn from here if you have an AR. If they're coming off spawn, you can nade them. If controller, you're trying to break P2. I don't have an attack. You come here. Slide up to this cover. Oh, you can break that. And another thing is you can, what's it called? You want to be playing on a button layout where you can jump and look around. You can slide and look around at the same time. You know, like this. That's going to improve your aim immensely, because if you're doing all these things and having to take, see, like, if I'm taking my thing off, my hand off of, my thumb off of the thing, it's a little jerky when I'm trying to look around. because I keep having to switch. My movement's not going to be as clean. My centering is worse. My aim is going to be worse because I'm going to be moving my hand off of my thumb at all times. So you want to you can play claw, you can play bumper jumper, stick and move. You can use a scuff controller, or an elite controller, stuff like that. It's going to help you aim out a lot. And that honestly, that might be it. For centering and everything. You just want to make sure your crosshairs are where people could be coming from. And try not to be, this is another thing, try not to, I guess, get too nervous in gunfights and make your aim jerky. Just try to, honestly, like, not think about it too much, and just try to, like, let your muscle memory take over. Instead of, like, getting nervous, like, oh, like, I don't want to die here. This is an important kill. Just, honestly, just don't think about it. Just try to win the gunfight. Let your muscle memory take over. Make sure to strafe. Another thing is using cover here. This is a hard gunfight for them. They're standing out in the open. I'm on this. I can strafe around on it like this. And that's all for now. I can do a part 2 and everything. I could make an aiming drill against bots or like in a private lobby for things to shoot at. If you want to control the recoil. I think that's everything. Thanks for watching. Let me know what kind of tip videos you'd want, or if you want gameplay from competitive matches, or ranked or public matches, or anything. Just let me know in the comments below. Thank you.